Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Storytime channel. Today's story name is The Language of the Dogs, written by the great Sudha Murty. Now let's go to the story. Amit and his wife Preeti were high-ranking officials in their kingdom. They were young, powerful, and rich and lived in a mansion by a river. They frequently hosted official celebrations on their yacht or their beautiful large gardens, but made sure they invited only those people from the kingdom who were also rich or powerful, and not whom they consider less fortunate. Ramu was a housekeeper who lived with them and served them for years. One day he brought home a young boy of 6 years. The boy looked innocent and intelligent. Ramu asked Preeti, I met this boy in the village fair. He doesn't have anyone to take care of him. I would like to help him. Can he live with me? Preeti glanced at the boy and said, Sure, as long as he works for us and does not spoil the premises. And that's how Dheeraj began living in Preeti and Amit's home. One day, Amit hosted a dinner for an important minister. The evening began with a tour of the river on the yacht. Then the yacht docked on the riverside and the music began playing as the celebrations commenced in the beautiful gardens. There was a wide spread of delicious being served. Dheeraj was assisting Ramu with his course. The dinner was in full swing when the barking of two dogs disturbed Amit and his guest. The dogs were right outside the main gate of the gardens. Amit gave instruction to Ramu to hush them and chase them away, but the dog refused to move. The non-stop barking upset Amit and he said, I wish someone could understand what they are saying so that we could respond appropriately and ask them to leave. Dheeraj was nearby and overheard Amit. Timidly he approached the master of the house and said, Sir, I can understand them. Some of the guests laughed while others passed sarcastic comments. Preeti asked, Tell me, boy, what are they saying? Madam, I will tell you if you promise me that you will not get upset when I share their words with you, said Dheeraj, looking worried. They must be talking about food, boy. Anyway, hurry up, tell us, said Preeti firmly. Madam, they are not talking about food. Get to the point, boy. I am losing patience with you, snapped Amit. Nervously, Dheeraj continued, Sir, there is a male dog and a female dog at the gate. The male dog said, Look at life's irony. What do you mean? Said the female dog. This couple is used to being served by someone all the time. But a day will come when the master of this house will give an important person water to wash their hands, and the lady will voluntarily run and bring a towel for him to wipe his hands. Who are you talking about? Whom will this couple serve? The male dog grinned and said, This little boy. Both the dogs then had a hearty laugh, said the Dheeraj, and fell silent. The silence spread through the guests and it ruined their mood. Are you mad? You are nothing but a servant boy, an orphan, and a poor fellow. You don't have anything to call your own. There is no way we will ever serve you, retorted Preeti in anger. Amit was livid. This is all nonsense. I don't believe that you can understand the dog's language. It is just wishful thinking on your part, something you dream of. Be quiet. Amit called Ramu immediately and instructed him, take this boy away. Dheeraj pleaded, Sir, I am not making this up. I have only repeated what I heard. Amit refused to look at him. Quietly, Ramu escorted the boy downstairs, upset and sad. He said, My child, don't say such things in front of the masters. They are powerful and can throw you out of the house. Then where will you stay and who will look after you? But uncle, I have shared the truth. There was nothing to hide. Do you really understand the language of the dogs? Asked Ramu. I can understand their language, but I also know that I can use this skill only 3 times in my life. After the party, Amit and Preeti took Ramu aside and Amit said, Dheeraj is no longer allowed to live with us or work for us. Once he falls asleep, take the boy and leave him where you found him. Ramu could not disobey Amit, but he was heartbroken. When Dheeraj was sleeping, he put him on a small makeshift boat with some food and a note that read, Please look after this orphan boy. He has been abandoned through no fault of his own. When Dheeraj woke up and realized he had been set adrift on the river, he saw that the boat was going downstream. He was hungry and ate some food but didn't know what to do after that. By then, the stream had reached the sea and the boat was becoming wobbly. A big merchant ship was sailing nearby, and the captain of the ship spotted the boat through his binoculars. He noticed the boy and sent rescue team to the boat. Dheeraj was rescued soon and brought back to the ship. The captain made the boy and read the note his team had found. The boy's innocence captured the captain's heart, and he decided to let the bee boy stay and help him. Days passed and the boy began learning skills such as navigation, business knowledge, and trade. One day, when the ship was docked and being ready to set sail again, the captain noticed that Dheeraj looked worried. What's the matter? He asked. Sir, I heard the conversation between two dogs, he said and pointed two wild dogs sitting a short distance away. I urge you to stop all travel today, especially if you are carrying valuable goods. Explain yourself. The two dogs are chatting about a big storm that is going to hit us in 24 hours. The birds have warned them that it will destroy everything in its path. Do you understand what they are saying? Asked the captain, surprised at this revelation. Yes, but I can do so only 3 times in my life. I was kicked out the last time I shared my knowledge. I don't know what you will do, but please listen to me and delay the trip by a day. Captain laughed. I am seasoned captain. I know when a storm is coming. Now it's not the time, and I don't agree with you. Sir, I am not lying. I request you to reconsider. What is the worst that can happen if you delay by a day? I will lose one whole working day, and I am under a lot of pressure for speedy delivery of these expensive goods. I will have to pay my crew for an extra day too, and it will affect my profits, said the captain. But isn't life more important? What if there is no storm tomorrow? Then you can punish me. But I guarantee that there will be a storm soon. Besides, have I ever asked you for anything in the time that you have known me? Said Dheeraj. The captain thought about it and agreed to delay the departure by a day. The neighboring ship, however, was loaded with goods and was about to leave. The captain ran to the ship to advise the other captain and convince him to delay his journey by a day too. But but the captain there laughed at him. You are a well-traveled man. There is no sign of a storm. I am definitely leaving. The captain came back dejected. He waited for a few hours and then suddenly, out of nowhere, he saw huge waves in the distance. They were so huge that they blocked the sun when they rose. Dark clouds gathered and it started pouring. From his binoculars, the captain saw the neighboring ship sinking, but there was nothing he could do to stop it. Later, he thanked the boy profusely and realized that Dheeraj was gifted. Soon, Dheeraj became the apple of his eye. Years passed and Dheeraj turned into a young man and well versed in trade and the navigation of ships. One day, the captain, Dheeraj, and the crew reached an island known for encouraging business and trade. Dheeraj and the captain went to visit the king, taking some gifts along with them. The king enjoyed Dheeraj's company since he was smart and expert in his field. Soon they were deep in discussion. While speaking, Dheeraj heard two dogs barking nearby. The king remarked, They are quite dear to me, but I am tired of their barking. They refuse to move. I have closed the window, but I can still hear them barking away out there. Usually they are well behaved. The captain looked at Dheeraj. Dheeraj smiled. He turned to the king and said, Sir, I can understand the language of your dogs. Can you open the window so I can hear them clearly? I have never met anyone who can understand what dogs say. But if you are right, I will make you minister in my court, said the king. Sir, I will do this, but not for the greed of being elevated to a minister of the court. I was punished the first time I used it and rewarded the next time. I can use this skill only once more, and this will be the last time. Dheeraj said, There are three dogs down there, a father, mother, and a child. They have been arguing about whom the child belongs to, the father or the mother. The father says the child belongs to him. The mother says the child belongs to her. But the child wishes to let you, the king, decide. He says he will respect your decision, so they are trying to communicate with you. The king went to the window and looked at the three dogs. Ah, their child belongs to the clan, said the king. Yes, child owes a lot to the parents, but he also has responsibility to his clan and society. With the king's word, the dogs stopped barking, bowed their heads, and walked away. The king was happy and rewarded Dheeraj. He said, I want you to become the minister of business. You are intelligent, balanced, and mature. The captain agreed to free Dheeraj of his duties on the ship. He was proud that the boy was being recognized for his skills. Months passed. The king remained happy with the Dheeraj service. One day, the king called him and said, Dheeraj, visit all the provinces in our kingdom and see how business is doing. Based on your report, we will fix the rate of taxes throughout the kingdom. Dheeraj began his journey. Word spread among the people. Dheeraj, the minister of business, is visiting the kingdom everywhere. He will assess the situation on the ground and evaluate the businesses. He will then provide his inputs to the king about the tax rates. Dheeraj reached the province where Amit and Preeti live. and a vague memory came to his mind when he saw their mansion, the river, and the yacht. Dheeraj's mind raced at this discovery. He learned that Amit had gone up the ladder even further and had become a top official. Dheeraj decided to focus on his work and not mention his time there. The next day, Amit hosted a big lunch with a lot of guests in Dheeraj's honor. After lunch, Dheeraj went to wash his hands in the sink. Suddenly, Amit came out with a jug of water since there were no taps in those days. Soon, his wife Preeti also came running out with a towel. It was a vital to please the king's officials and be as hospitable as they could so that they could gain future benefits. Dheeraj washed and wiped his hands and looked out from the balcony. He saw the servants' quarter and saw Ramu working below. He laughed a little and surprising everyone. Then he asked, "Will you call that man here?" "Sir, he is only servant. He can't give you any information about our business," said Preeti. "But I must meet him," Dheeraj responded. The guests were stunned. They had assumed that the Dheeraj would want to spend time getting to know the business people in the province, but he wanted to speak to a mere servant. Ramu was called. He had grown old and frail. When he entered the room, Dheeraj embraced him. "Uncle, how are you? I never thought I would see you again. You are partially responsible for who I am today." No one understood what he was talking about. Ramu stared at Dheeraj, and after a few seconds he realized who he was. Tears filled his eyes. With an arm around Ramu's shoulder, Dheeraj turned to the guest and said, "25 years ago, I was a poor orphan. Ramu uncle took me in and I worked in this house for a while. I heard two dogs talking during one such celebration. They said that a day would come when Amit ji would bring water and Preeti ji would bring a towel for me to wash my hands. Today, this has come true. In their anger, they had told Ramu uncle to abandon me. Poor uncle was in no position to refuse their request. So he put me on a boat when I was asleep and sent me across the river with a kind note. My foster father, the captain of a ship, adopted me and looked after me well. It is his and uncle's compassion and kindness that made me who I am today." Nobody said a word. Dheeraj took Ramu by the hand and walked out of the room. This is the end of the story. Do you like it? Then comment it and subscribe our channel.